I don't know why, but I find the intro to be the hardest part. Everything else will come easily, but the intro, oh my days. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a new video. I know it's been like a little bit of a break, but we're back and I'm actually supposed to leave the house in like less than 20 minutes, but I was getting ready and I was like, I can film a get ready with me. I did my eyebrows already. Oh, I have to preface, disclaimer, I am not a makeup professional. I barely do makeup. I feel like I do the bare minimum to get along, you know. I don't do like baking and all that. I'm learning as I go. I actually haven't been wearing makeup that long, so this is not at all a tutorial. This is more of, you know, just getting ready with me and talking a little bit. So yeah, as I said, I did my eyebrows already. I was thinking through, and we're almost going into the second wave of corona now as I'm filming this video, and I was just thinking through about the lessons I've learned during quarantine, especially in the beginning when like the world was literally forced to stop and everyone was forced to stay home and just kind of be with themselves. So I wrote all the lessons, or a few of them, that I feel like I learned during this time, and that's what I'm going to go through. The first lesson I felt like I've learned is, and I wrote them on my phone, is if you haven't done it by now, chances are you won't do it. And this is what I mean by that. So many people, including me, used to say, there's so much I would like to do if only I had time. I'm going to start writing my own music. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. I'll start a business. I'll pick up a language that I've never learned before. The only thing that's stopping me is time. I'll clean my room. I'll clean a garage. You know, all these things that we usually say, and we just blame it on time. But COVID has shown people that, honestly, if you haven't done it by now, chances are you won't do it. And it's fine too, because maybe that's not what sparks your interest at this moment. I'm not saying that you will never, ever, ever do them. No, you might be able to pick them up, but it just showed what is a priority in your life. And clearly, and those things are not priorities. Like, I used to say I'm gonna pick up my clarinet because I used to be really, really into the clarinet. So I said, all that I'm lacking is time. Corona came and we had so much time on our hands. Have I picked up the clarinet to practice? Nope. I think I did it once, but other than that, I really haven't done it. So it just showed me, okay, maybe clarinet isn't really for you. Maybe it's another instrument, or maybe it's not instruments in general. But that opened my eyes. So I challenge you guys to look at the things that you've been putting off and possibly even making yourself feel bad for putting those things off. And just question, like, am I really interested in these things? Chances are you're not, and it's fine. It's okay to not be interested in those things anymore. Everyone has the right to change their mind. The second thing I had on my list is COVID has really, really taught me the value of my time, my energy, my space, and the people I let come close to me. Again, because we were all quarantined, we were all kind of forced to be on our own, and I realized, like, I was so peaceful. Just the value of my time and my energy. I also learned that it's okay, like, if you feel you're in a situation where you feel unsafe or just uneasy, or like if you feel you're not welcome, honestly, you're free to remove yourself. You owe it to yourself to remove yourself from that situation. Because why would you want to force yourself to stay there when you know very well that it's not doing anything for yourself, you know? So value your time, value your energy. It's fine to remove yourself from situations that you don't feel welcome, or you don't feel safe, or you don't feel like you can fully express who you are. You don't have to put yourself in situations where you feel like you constantly have to play a role or impress someone, or you can't really express yourself as you truly are, you know? You have the power to say, no, I don't feel like it, and too bad, you know? So that's a big, big, big lesson I learned during this time, COVID. Another thing I learned, which is in tune with what I said about my space, is the impact of my physical space and my productivity and my well-being. I'm the type of person who, if I'm going through something, you will know by the state of my room. I will be extremely disorganized when I'm sad or when I'm feeling low. And when I have things kind of sorted out in my brain or in my heart, my space will show it. And it correlates in that if I keep my space clean, I can be productive. I'm also the type of people who I can't really get much work done in a messy space. Like, it won't happen. If I need to be productive, I'm one of those people who has to have the space around them be nice and neat. I knew it before, but COVID really, really helped me to see it. One thing that really, really impressed me to see during this time is seeing women, seeing men, seeing everyone do things for themselves, getting dressed for themselves. There used to be this myth that women wear certain clothes or put on makeup for the attention of men, or for to be desirable by men. But COVID really showed me that that's not true, because how many people, women, men, like however you identify, how many people woke up every day, put on makeup, dressed up, even if they knew that they were not going anywhere. It just helps to see, like, we do these things for ourselves. People think we do it for other people, and maybe some people do it for other people, but for the most part, we do it for ourselves. And it feels nice too to do it for yourself, you know? You don't always have to be trying to impress someone. And that's another thing. You see, when they say dress how you want to feel, that's also very true. Because even if you're not going anywhere and you put on some nice clothes and maybe do your hair, maybe do a little bit of makeup, whatever floats your boat, you end up feeling good. At least for me, it makes me feel a bit better than what I've been feeling before. My next point was having an online job, having an online business is something that's feasible for many people. People have really realized that your life doesn't have to look conventionally like how it does for everyone else. Everyone has their own life path, and it's completely fine. It's so okay to not follow the norm. Maybe it's scary, but it's possible. And it also impresses me about the sheer number of people who have been able to start like business ventures during quarantine. I've seen so many people who have started YouTube channels, so many people who have started businesses, who have started learning stuff. And it's so impressive, you know? It's good to see people reach a point where they're confident enough in themselves and confident enough to say, you know what, I don't know how far this is going to go. I don't know how it's going to look, but I'm going to trust my instinct and just try. It's so good to not give up on your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, especially when your goals may not look aka like what everyone's goal is supposed to look like. So that was very impressive to see so many people start their businesses, launch their careers, start a second, like a side hustle. I was like, wow, pretty good. Even me, Yani, like I was able to start this YouTube channel during COVID. So the next thing I have written here is sitting with my thoughts. I've had to sit with my thoughts a lot during COVID. Most of the time, like pre-COVID, yes, we would go through stuff, but we would be so busy all the time that we would never never slow down and really let those feelings marinate and let ourselves feel them and analyze them and get to know ourselves, our triggers and all those things. But COVID has really, really forced most people, I wouldn't say everyone, but it's forced most people to sit down with their thoughts, and it's like, no, deal with me. So that has been very, very, very good to see. For me, it's looked like, and I know it looked different for many people. Some people chose to journal, some people picked up yoga, some people baked. So many people baked like banana bread, especially in the beginning. For me, it looked like meditation. For me, it looked like journaling. For me, it looked like taking really long walks. Oh, I really enjoyed those. But just the value of being able to take a step back and just be quiet and sit with your thoughts. I felt that that was really, really helpful. And it's nice to see like even the world is healing from us being home, because as human beings, I feel like we've failed to take care of, like Mother Earth. But now, because people have been home, you see or you hear from the news that people are even able to see mountain peaks that they were never able to see again, like before, not again. Another thing I've learned during COVID, especially with the creation of this channel, is that you really need to trust your instinct. Like, do what feels right for you, despite of the pushback you get from other people. And another point to add onto that one is everyone, and I mean everyone, is going to have an opinion about how you live your life, what you do, what courses you pick, But at the end of the day, you're the one who determines that for yourself. Because you know what? At the end of the day, it's your life to live. I've heard people, again, the people I've spoken to, who have started, let's say, businesses, who have started YouTube channels, my friends who've started podcasts. I've spoken to a couple of them and I asked them, so did you receive any pushback from your friends or the people around you, your family? And a good number of them, if not all of them, said yes. They had received a lot of pushback. And a constant theme that I learned from speaking to all of them, and even from personal experiences, is that literally everyone is going to have their opinion on what they do, what you do. Maybe because they want to vicariously live through your life, or they feel like they're better equipped to do what you're doing. But at the end of the day, again, you're the one who makes those decisions for yourself. You're the one who determines what actions you take for your life. And I'm not saying that you should not listen to anyone who has something to say about your life, because you know what, most of these people mean, like, their intentions are in a good place, so you should listen to them. But I think what I'm getting at through this whole thing is learn to filter what's beneficial and what's not. Give people, listen to people and what they have to say, but you pick and choose what you will adapt from what they say, and what you'll choose to implement, and what you don't implement, it's fine. you know? And if stuff happens in your life and those people, I mean, let's say, God forbid, something bad happens and maybe they had warned you about it and you didn't listen at the time. I'm a firm believer, and I've learned this a lot even during COVID, that everything happens for a reason. So maybe you weren't meant to avoid that lesson. Maybe you really had to go through it so that you don't have to go to learn that lesson later on when it would have had worse implications. You get what I'm saying? So I just put on mascara and I got some of it on my face. The last thing I've written down is we're all capable of much, much more than we think we're capable of, you know? Like, we don't give ourselves any credit, like much credit at all. But honestly, we're really capable of a lot. And I touched on it before when I said so many people have started businesses. It's impressive, you know, and I'm pretty sure those people didn't think that they would be able to start a business and excel at it. I personally didn't think that I would be able, or I'd see the day where I start a YouTube channel and even hit, you know, like 100 subscribers. Who, me? Never thought it could happen. But COVID, since it's forced us to stay home and think outside the box, it's really showed us like, yo, you are capable of all these things, of anything you set your mind to. So that's been impressive. I'd be very, very interested to know, like, if any of these lessons apply to you as well, or any lessons that you feel you've learned during COVID. Because I feel like we can all learn from each other. We all have something to learn from each other. So I would love if you wrote down in the comment section, if you told me like, oh yeah, I learned this lesson too. A big lesson that I learned is not money management, but who I trust with money. And what I mean with that is I got conned also over COVID. If you haven't seen that video, it's the video that came right before this one, and I will try as hard as I can to put it like up in the cards. But be very careful with who you do business with, who your money is really a very, very, very tough topic for everyone. Okay, maybe not for everyone, but for many people. So just be careful with, again, who you let into your space, who you interact with, who you let into your finances, all those things. Take care of your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, all of them. If you can take my hand. I'm running late. And I spray that all over. And then lastly is I'll do my edges. My edges take me forever to do. I don't know why I struggle with them so much, but I do. So I'm just going to do my edges off camera and then I'll come back and wrap up this video. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I decided to do like 2 little space buns, although I feel like one is lower than the other, which is fine. I did like my attempt at edges, and yeah, I'm just going to hurry out of the house now. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to hear from you if any of the lessons that I learned were like stood out to you, or if you learned the same lesson. I'd also want to know what lessons you learned that I haven't mentioned. So I'll be there in the comments. I'm looking forward to seeing and reading what you say. And without further ado, oh, you know, Of course, if you like seeing me on your screen, make sure you subscribe. If you like this video, you can like and can share to your friends or family. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.